So we're on video number 3 of the Smooth on 25, the Umu 25. We just finished unmolding the amethyst crystal, and we got that off. Again, wherever there was porous areas, the mold stuck. Watch videos 1 and 2 for all the previous steps. So I still have 2 molds here that I'm going to have to cut apart, which I'm not really looking forward to. All right, so I'm a little nervous. This is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crystal cluster, which I have had for a very long time. I did not spray it with mold release, so I'm hoping for the best. Not even sure where to begin. How's that feel? We're doing it together. If I could get it started. Mold release. What a great idea, right? I have a feeling this one's going to be the challenger. Figures it's my favorite, my very favorite piece. I can't seem to get a good start on it. And these crystals are, let's say, sharp and hard. So I can't get it started over there. And I don't really want to tear it with anything. I just want to lift it a little. And now I kick myself in the butt for not using a mold release, right? That's what happens when you're a rebel. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, come on, don't leave a mess behind for me to have to clean. It's my life story. I can't seem to get a good lift on it. I'm afraid to be ripping it. But I guess the edges, I'm going to have to rip it a little bit. This could be a complete fail because this has so many deep spots in it that this whole thing could just end up really, really shredding on me. And I hate to say that, but this may be a boring video because it may take me quite some time to do this. Yeah, I could see where it's gone down in between. Oh my goodness gracious, Denise, what have you done? What have I done to my beautiful crystal cluster? I should have known better. I should have just sprayed the crap out of it. I should have heated it up and then sprayed it. I was worried because it was chilly. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You know, I don't want to put a bunch of marks in the mold, and I don't want to chip my clusters. But I could see I'm going to have quite a bit left inside this crystal cluster. I wonder if I heat it up with a torch, if it'll help me get it off. I mean, you know, the pieces left behind. I hope I don't have to just tear this apart to get it off. Oh, girl. This is one of my prized possessions. I used to crystal pick with my children when they were growing up on the mountains there. The excavators used to tear up the land up there. They would hit the crystal veins. So instead of us have to finding crystal veins, after it would rain, it would just loosen those crystals up and they would climb up through the dirt, and they'd come by on a sunny day and there were just crystals poking out of the dirt everywhere, and you would just walk along and literally crystal pick. And I used to have just cookie sheets filled with them. I'd slide them under all the beds because I didn't know what to do with them all. And we would spend, it would just be a whole day, you know. We'd have to hike in, park a mile or two away, and we'd have to hike into the mountain to the spot. I can't get that started. Isn't that a bummer? Wow, that shit really stuck. It really came off the amethyst nice. I don't know if this video is going to be a successful one to be watching after all. There's so many crevices here, you know? So many places for this to just climb down and hang on, and that's what it has done. Yeah, so now you'll know, you know, if you want to do crystals, clusters, you want to treat them. So if I taught anybody anything, I guess that's going to be it. Because this looks like it's going to be a nightmare. Which is a bummer. Because this was the one I was so excited to see how it would come out. And I didn't want to do it anywhere else on this big crystal because the crystal points stood up so high. And there was no way I was going to have enough mold making kit to do the whole crystal. So I thought if I just poured a little pie area, I'd be able to get a bunch of the little tips. Because that's my intention, was to get a bunch of the little tips. Boy, this just, I know it's been on here long enough. But it just doesn't want to come off. It's like really sticking. Must be a lot of textured spots on these crystals, because I noticed with the amethyst, wherever there was texture, one part of the crystal tip would be smooth and then some of it would have like little minute ridges. And that's what it was doing. And I didn't want to destroy it trying to get it off. But maybe if the razor blade will. Let's see if I can cut it to the bottom of the crystal cluster there. Well, I got it off, but it's not really budging. If I could just get it to get started, I could get under the edge somewhere. Oh, this knife doesn't want to stay out. Every time I push it, just pushes it back in. Come on, let me just get started, boys. That's a $175 lesson, isn't it? That's what I paid for the crystal cluster, which I thought was a good deal at the time. I didn't know if it was really a good deal. I'd never seen one this big in my life. This shit's strong, I'll tell you that. Stuff grips on. I wonder if I cut it in half. It would be nice to take it off in one piece. But I can't even get an edge up. Come on. I'm afraid this is just gonna tear it if I keep, going under it with this. I'm worried about just tearing it. But I think I'm gonna have to end up with some shredded edges just to get it started. Got a little bit of it up. Wow, is that really stuck? That's really stuck. It doesn't want to come off. I mean, there's crystals going in every direction on this thing. Wow. And yes, I'm trying to be careful. The top crystals along the top are beautiful and smooth, but this leaked all down inside. Oh my goodness. This is going to be just a chopped up mess. That's what it's going to be. That's what I could see. I'm just going to have to, I'll be cutting this apart forever, trying to get my crystal cluster back to the way it used to be, which probably is never going to happen. Oh my God. Well, we have to go through the bad with the good, don't we? So this is a lesson for everybody, not just me. Ay vey. Why didn't I just spray that coconut oil on there? So tempted to try to cut across it, but I don't know that it's really going to make a difference because it is just stuck on this like crazy. I mean, these crystals are so smooth. Wow. I really was hoping for just a nice section of crystal tips. Let's see if I could trim this off here. Somewhere I have an X-Acto blade, but I don't know where that somewhere is anymore. And I tend to hide things so my grandkids don't find things that they can get hurt with. So I don't even know where I hid it. It's out of sight, so it's out of sight, it's out of my mind. I just don't remember where that's at. Oh, wrong thing. Oh, how terrible is this? This is every girl's nightmare. To ruin her crystal collection. I'm gonna have to find something to glue on top of here so I don't have to look at it. Have to take those amethyst crystal molds and remold something, put some resin crystals on top of it. Oh my God, this is not coming off. I see the crystals have a lot of textures going in different directions here. And that's what it's holding on to. It's not smooth enough. Not by far. So this one looks like it's the nightmare piece. Thank God those little ones came off and I got something to resin. Yeah, because I think at this point I'm just going to be cutting it away. Just cutting pieces off because it's not peeling off at all. It's not like going to let me peel it off. It looks like I'm just going to have to rip it off and destroy it because the crystals are going in every direction on this. This was a bad idea. So now you know, don't do this. I really don't want to struggle with the razor knife. Yeah, this is not coming off. It's not forgiving in any way, shape, or form. It's just adhering to these crystals. Like, if you look at the crystals, they all, I mean, I didn't even think of that. They all have these lines on them. They all have texture on them. So it has done nothing but just stick right to them. I mean, I couldn't even use that piece if I wanted to right there. So it's going to be just a matter of me cleaning my crystal cluster and I'm not going to get any use out of this whatsoever. Because even when I pull it, it's just turning white and tearing. So all I got so far in 20 minutes was this little piece and nothing that I can use because it's just, I just didn't realize how much texture was on these crystals. Oh, it's not going to come off them. Really going to have to figure out some kind of decoration that I'm going to be able to decorate my cluster with now, because this is not working. Yeah, no matter where I dig in on that, it's just sticking. That's a shame. That's a shame for me. Yeah. Definitely did not see that coming. Definitely did not. Yeah, it's not gonna come off and amount to anything. Nope. All right, so this one's a fail. If you're gonna do crystal clusters, I suggest using a mold release. Like I said, I don't know any way. I doubt there's a solvent to break this down. And what a mess that would be, right? I'm definitely gonna have to make, definitely gonna be making something to put over top of this mess, so I don't have to look at what I did to my crystal. So it's just chunks of silicone coming off. It's not peeling off the clusters or anything. So we've been trying for 23 minutes and 34 seconds now, and we didn't get anything useful. And that really sucks. Well, I'm sure I'll come up with something that I'll be able to eventually put on top of this, because it's not something I want to look at, that's for sure. Maybe I'll make a scenery, make a little grass scenery or something. Put a little Buddha statue on there, or something peaceful and pretty. Yeah, it just doesn't let me. I was trying to pry it up with the tweezers from down below, but there's so many crisscross crystals in there. Yeah, there's just crystals sticking up everywhere. Wow. So I should title this one, Why We Should Use Mold Release on Crystal Clusters. Right? Yeah, it just doesn't want to give. It came off beautiful in the amethyst. Oh, there you go. All right. So I'm not going to keep making people watch me struggle. So this I'll end up working on for many years to come until I figure something out that I can put over top of that. And I don't have to look at what I did to my beautiful crystal cluster. So something's going to go there now, because I don't see that coming off. I don't think there's anything to release. All right, so look how beautiful that was. So as you saw for the last 27 minutes, I cannot get the silicone mold off of my crystal cluster. So my recommendation is, if you're going to try this, use a hell of a lot of mold release, because I didn't use any. I couldn't find any videos with people doing crystal clusters to learn from. So I just learned the hard way. And I'm going to stop this video and then start another one and see what we could do with the last two molds, which unfortunately are crystal clusters. One has mold release on it and one does not. So I'll restart another video and we'll dig in. Thanks for sticking with me on this.